If you ever thought trading was just like gambling because you never really thought or knew where the market might go, this honestly just means that you don't have a mechanical model that helps you enhance your predictions on where price is going to go in a given day. In today's video, I'm going to break down my exact 3-step strategy that helps me get payouts like this, and this. Hopping right into the charts, this is going to be super simple. Like honestly, one of the easiest strategies that you guys will ever see. You're going to be waiting for step 1 of this model, of the 3 steps. Step 1 is waiting for a fair value gap to form. Now, I'm looking at NASDAQ on the left, the S&P 500 in the middle, the Dow Jones on the right. I'm on a 15-minute time frame. If you watched my last YouTube video, you would understand time frame alignment and how I utilize it. Now, just as a refresher, I'm going to put a label on right here just for you guys to understand how I utilize the time frame alignment. So I'm looking for a fair value gap to form. And let's say I'm on a 15-minute time frame. So if I'm looking for a 15-minute fair value gap, I want to see the reaction of that 15-minute fair value gap on a 1-minute time frame for an execution, just like this. Now, past this, if I'm trading anything higher than that, because the 15-minute to a 1-minute execution is more so for like scalping moves and when price is trading in a higher time frame range, because you guys already know this by now. On our higher time frames on index futures on this hourly chart for this week, we have been in more so of a range. So the 15-minute to 1-minute execution will be your friend in conditions like this if you are looking to take executions. But beyond that, let's say if price is trending and we have a trending market, what we'll do is this. You'll be looking for trades from either a daily fair value gap to a 1-hour execution. This is more so for swing trading. If you wanted to do a 4-hour fair value gap to a 15-minute execution, this is like an intraday capitalizing on the expansion of the daily candle. Same with a 1-hour fair value gap to a 5-minute execution. This is also like the same sort of thing with capitalizing on the daily range with the 4-hour to 15-minute, hourly to M5. You're typically looking for targets of like session liquidity. But this is just a refresher based off of last YouTube video. But we're going to focus on, and I'm going to show you the example based off of this time frame alignment, the 15-minute fair value gap to a 1-minute execution. So let's go back to the charts and let's go over exactly how you could have capitalized on the NASDAQ with my 3-step model. So once price creates this fair value gap, this is a key time. We are looking at 9:30 open, and we have the first 15-minute candle that closes resting here, right? For first 15-minute candle that closes creates this 15-minute imbalance. So that's step 1. We have now our fair value gap, right? Step 2 is waiting for SMT divergence at that fair value gap. Look at the next 15-minute candle here. Boom. We get the tag of this gap resting here. Now, what is the difference between the NASDAQ, the S&P 500, and the Dow Jones all the way on the right? You see how the NASDAQ is a stronger pair with also at the same time session liquidity resting here? Asia highs, leaving relative equal highs after that 15-minute fair value gap is formed. This is our buy side liquidity pool target for that day and that session. Now, at the same time, we are looking to see how is price reacting on the 1-minute time frame from that 15-minute gap, because we have this SMT divergence with its higher low resting here on the NASDAQ, just like this. We have a lower low on the Dow Jones, just like this. This SMT is also like massive, just like this. So this is the swing point that we created the SMT with. So as long as it's within that fair value gap, we're good to go. We're just looking for cracks and correlation within fair value gap. So once we have this as the step 1 for the fair value gap, step 2 for the SMT divergence, we're looking to drop to the aligned lower time frame for step 3 for the execution. So let's go to the 1-minute time frame and look to see exactly how price is trading away from this fair value gap and if an execution is possible from that point of interest. So as you guys can see here, this is the 1-minute time frame. Once price trades into that 15-minute bullish fair value gap and creates that SMT divergence that we are looking for the step 2. Now all we're basically doing is just watching the reaction as to how price is forming from this exact tag of that key level. What are we looking for? There's 3 ways that we can execute a trade here. Either 1, an IFVG, either 2, an order block, or 3, a bullish breaker block. So if you wanted to take the trade, this is obviously a 1 minute time frame. So if you are going to take this, your stop loss has to go at the low of where the SMT is created, aka resting right here. So this is exactly what I would assume is a protected low, because if this is taken out, then I would assume that the SMT down here would get violated just like that. So if this low stays intact and we have a change in the same delivery, then I'm going to assume that price is going to trade higher and then take out the Asia highs and the 15-minute external range target, because we're framing a 15-minute internal to external range draw. So let's play out price a little bit. Let's see what happens here. Next 1 minute candle here, we actually have a 1 minute IFVG violating this 1 minute bearish fair value gap. So if you wanted to take the trade, this is obviously a higher risk point from this here, but if you wanted to execute one price in versus that IFVG, you could do that at a low risk with a take profit at the 15-minute external high or the Asia highs resting above here. Once that is given, you market order in, and then boom, this is the trade right now. Next 1 minute candle, we also close above this down close candle resting here. This is not the high probability order block that I use, but it is a closure above these two down close candles. So the IFVG is more so of an idea as to what I would utilize with the proper stop loss placement that I have resting here with the SMT. This is what I always teach. The stop loss placement more so is the important thing, and I'm just paying attention to how is price trading in conditions when it actually is willing to give a reversal from a key level. Next 1 minute candle, we have a trade back down lower into this 1 minute gap aligned with these down close candles here. That is also another entry point that you could be taking a part of. If I skip again, another 1 minute candle, we tag that IFVG resting here. So this is like supposed to be a support line for price aligned with this 1 minute bullish fair value gap. Then you get price pushing up higher. We're still respecting, you see how the wicks are just doing the damage. The bodies are telling the story in how price is delivering here. And then we're getting a little bit higher of a move. We're getting price to see if we could inverse the higher end 1 minute bearish fair value gap resting here, and then you get the next 1 minute candle here, and then boom, price is making its way towards its draw on liquidity. And then the next 1 minute candle, we have this here, and finally we get the run to the 15-minute external high and then the buy side liquidity at Asia high. So you could see how I'm structuring this exact trade setup, because it is giving a good and clean reaction from the 15-minute bullish fair value gap that had the SMT divergence. The step 1 and the step 2 is the most important part of this model. You need to have the step 1 and then step 2 to then go to the step 3 of the execution time frame. That is why I always say this: SMT or no trade. No SMT, no trade. If there's SMT divergence in a internal range liquidity pool like the fair value gap, watch the reaction on the aligned lower time frame, and then you'll be able to take the trade off. It is the same thing with all of the aligned time frames that I've given you guys. 4-hour fair value gap, SMT divergence, 15-minute execution. Hourly fair value gap, SMT divergence, M5 execution. 15-minute fair value gap, SMT divergence, 1 minute execution, or you could do the 3 minute as well. But this is a simple 1, 2, 3 step process for an easy model that you could easily utilize to frame continuation trades based off of retracements into these key levels. This is the bare minimum and the sole foundation of the forever model that has been working for years now and that I've been made public for years. And if you guys like this style, if you like how this easy mechanical system is implemented, let me know in the comments. Just give me feedback and I'll keep on giving you more examples. I'll keep on giving you more trades that I take live, that I show you in my live streams on TikTok, on live streams on YouTube, and on all these trade breakdowns. It is super simple, it is so effective, and it is repeatable beyond belief. And over time, when you start collecting data, you keep on journaling these trades and you see the consistency as to how it repeats over and over and over again, it's undeniable proof that this is truly how the market books price. Impulse, retracement, fair value gap, SMT divergence, impulse again, take out the external high. Like, same thing if it's bearish, impulse low, retracement into an internal range liquidity pool, bearish gap, SMT, trade lower, impulse, external low target. That's how it is. It's just how the market books price, and it will never change. And with that, here comes the end of the video. Test the concepts yourself and comment below what you think. I'll see you guys all in the next one. Deuces.